After I push a majority of the fabric in, this is where I usually cut the excess. They have scissors that are rounded that you can get a little bit closer, but you'll want to cut off the excess. Be careful not to cut too much. Make sure it's pushed in all around the shape before you start cutting. If you find it difficult to get the fabric in the crevice, you can use your X-Acto knife to make it a little bit deeper. Okay, to do the border, I will measure from a little bit above where my crease is to give room to tuck in all the way past where I split the corners, and then I will wrap around the back to about an inch, maybe half an inch around the back, so I have enough room to staple it down. And I use the seam ripper to push it down into the crevice, and I tuck it into the corners that I created so it's pushed all the way to the very back, and I can fold it over and staple it around the back when I am finished. After all of the sides are done, I use this stapler, pull the sides tight around the back, and I staple it down with as many staples as I can to hold it. I used to cut onto the back and tuck it in, but I feel like it makes the border a little weak because you're slicing on both sides. So now I use the stapler and I cover it with cardstock when I'm finished. Sorry that my stupid hands were in the way. It was hard to get a shot of this, but I wrap this around. I fold the corners over and I staple it as much as I can to hold it down and keep the corners as tight as they can go. Now I cut cardstock to fit the back. And I use a little bit of Elmer's glue to glue the cardstock onto the back. I feel like the cardstock cleans the back up a little bit. You can put extra glue around the corners of the cardstock to keep those down, and then I put something on it for a little while to let it dry. And finally, I use some wire. This is extra, you don't have to. I mark the ends of the wire and place it on the paper so it leaves little dots. And then I use a punching tool from a clay kit we had and punch holes in here. I'm sure you could use a pencil too. It's just to get through the cardstock. And then I place the wire into those holes at an angle and press down so it goes about halfway through the foam at an angle. And then finally I hot glue the wire in place so it doesn't slip and it can hang on the wall. And there she is. What do you think? All the supplies are listed in my bio, in my link tree. Follow for more.